free-to-play buffs, balancing improvements, and more tower troops? All of this and more coming in the next Clash Royale update. Welcome to TV Royale. Hello everyone, my name is SolarFury and I am Clash Royale's most beloved community manager. I wish I didn't have to keep making these videos, but here we are. We at Supercell have realized that the advent of tower troops has been pretty underwhelming in Clash Royale. For a feature that was meant to change the fundamentals of how the game works, it's been pretty underwhelming so far. However, we'll do our best to make tower troops feel more exciting in this update. Free-to-play buffs. Even though tower troops are the freshest and newest feature in Clash Royale, they're incredibly hard to upgrade for no reason. If you're a free-to-play player, the tower troop chest is the only way that you can get them. And it's safe to say that the rewards from this chest are pretty lackluster. So we're going to change this chest and then add more ways for you to collect tower troops in Clash Royale. In regards to the tower troop chest, we're going to buff the amount of tower troops you get per chest by 50%. We're also going to increase the frequency that you see these tower troop chests in your chest cycle. This way, you'll be able to see them more often and get tower troops on a more frequent basis. The current drop rate for these tower troop chests is if you're king level 13 and under, you get them for 1 in every 9 chests, and if you're level 14 or 15, you get them for 1 in every 7 chests. We're going to be changing that so that way people king level 13 and under get it for 1 in every 7 chests, and then those who are at level 14 and 15 get it for 1 in every 5 chests. And on top of this, we'll also be sure to add tower troops to some of the game's more rare chests. This includes giant chests, magical chests, and mega lightning chests. But wait, there's more. Tower troops will also be added to the season shop. With this, you'll be able to collect additional tower troops by playing special events and challenges. These will be priced the same as their corresponding wildcard rarities that already exist in the season shop. So with the Cannoneer being an epic tower troop, it will be priced the same as epic wildcards. And speaking of wildcards, we're also making it so that way all magic items can now be used to upgrade your tower troops. Previously, only the magic coin was able to be used, but now the entire gauntlet of magic items is available for you to use. To be honest, it really makes no sense why this wasn't the case to begin with, but we're fixing it right now, and better late than never, right? Now, the last thing we're going to be doing with tower troops is we're going to be putting them in the gold pass. Now, this technically isn't a free-to-play buff, but just hear me out. With adding tower troops to the gold pass, whatever the newest tower troop is at the time will be added periodically throughout, so that way you can get more tower troops throughout the season if you do purchase the gold pass. To be fully transparent, the goal of any company that exists on planet Earth is to make money, and Supercell as a company is no different. Just like Brawl Stars, Clash of Clans, and Clash Mini, the goal of Clash Royale is to contribute to that overall goal of increasing profits. With this being the case, new features that we introduced, such as tower troops and card evolutions, are going to be monetized. That is not going to change. We do acknowledge that our monetization of these new features does need some work, but hopefully adding tower troops to the gold pass won't be too controversial. With this, it makes the gold pass more valuable for what you're paying, but there's also plenty of ways for you to unlock tower troops as a free-to-play player as well. And also adding them into the gold pass means you'll see less shop offers like this. And I know that you all absolutely despise all of these shop offers. Balancing improvements. Our very first tower troop, the Cannoneer, is honestly pretty underwhelming. For having lower health than a princess tower, what you're getting in return really isn't worth that price to pay. So we're going to balance the Cannoneer and also make changes for how we balance future tower troops in the future before they're released. First things first, we already put one patch in the game to increase the sight range of the Cannoneer to be the exact same as the princess tower. We definitely should have done more with these balances, but hey, we're doing it now, and as I said previously, better late than never, right? First things first is we are buffing the Cannoneer's attack speed. Currently it is 2.4 seconds, but we are changing it to be 2 seconds. This will help the Cannoneer to do more damage per second and also help it deal with swarm cards at a more effective rate. Next thing we're doing is adding a little bit of knockback. This will be much less compared to the knockback of a fireball, for example, and it also will only affect certain troops, just like a fireball as well. Tanks like the Golem, P.E.K.K.A, and Giant will not be affected by this knockback, but squishier units like the Musketeer, the Hog Rider, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A will be affected. And last but certainly not least, we'll make it so that way the Cannoneer does a little bit of splash damage. This will be an incredibly small splash radius. It will be even smaller than the Magic Archer's arrow. However, the ability to hit multiple troops at once should continue to help the Cannoneer to do better with swarms, to go in tandem with the buff that we already gave to its attack speed. We hope that these changes will make the Cannoneer a much more viable and competitive option to use compared to the Princess Tower, and we'll be sure to monitor its strength and make more balances if needed. included. Now, in terms of balancing future tower troops, we'll be sure to gameplay test them much more. With this extra dedication and us doing our jobs much better, it should result in tower troops not being so underwhelming upon release. And this will also prevent any tower troops from being broken in the future. I know you're all having flashbacks to the Little Prince. Don't worry, we're not gonna have something like that happen ever again. More tower troops. So we spend all this time hyping up this new gameplay feature that's just gonna change the game and revolutionize how Clash Royale is played forever. But then we only added one of them? That doesn't really make much sense in hindsight, now does it? Even for card evolutions, we released 4 of them upon launch, you know? So for that, we apologize, and we'll be sure to add more card evolutions at an increased rate in the future. Currently, new card evolutions are put into the game once a month. However, we feel as if we can't quite make this a reality with tower troops. With how they have to make you relearn interactions for literally every single card in the entire game, adding one every single month would make the game way too complex for casual players. So instead, we'll release a new tower troop once every other month. With this, it keeps a nice balance of having 6 tower troops per year, so that way there's plenty of new content, but it also makes it so that way there's plenty of time for users to learn interactions for the new tower troop with existing cards. And with the buffs that we're making to how you can unlock and upgrade tower troops, you will actually be able to play this new content and use them to your delight. Once again, we apologize for releasing yet another lackluster update that did not meet your expectations. We promise that we really do have good intentions and want to make Clash Royale the best game it could be, but we've just fallen short of that mark with recent updates. Hopefully this update will be both a short-term fix and a long-term fix for tower troops, so that way they are a much more enjoyable and exciting feature in Clash Royale. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you in the arena.